Hello, hello. How are you? Let me know when you come on. Make sure to say hello. I'm Teresa with Teresa Renee Art, and we are going to be doing some crafty mixed media today. So excited to be here with you. Make sure to say hello. If you're watching the replay, make sure to type in hashtag replay. We are streaming on 3 different locations today. We're on my Facebook page at Teresa Renee Art. We are over on Decoupage and Mixed Media Inspirations, where we will be every Tuesday and Thursday. And we're also streaming on YouTube over at Teresa Renee Art. Hi, Julie. Hi, Terry. Make sure to say hello. Hope you guys are doing great, having a great week so far. Yes, it is hot. It is hot here in Atlanta. Hey, Susan. How are you? Hi, Cindy. Very warm in Atlanta today. I don't know what the high was, but it was pretty hot out there, you guys. Linda, hello. How are you? Make sure to come on in and say hello, you guys. And let me know what you're up to. How's your week going so far? Hi, Laura. So, hey, Miriam, how are you? So hopefully we will, I don't know how far we'll get today, but you guys, I got this amazing lunchbox off of eBay, actually, of all places. And sometimes you find stuff on eBay. And I just happen to be like, I've been wanting to do a lunchbox for a while. I look every time I go to the thrift store, I look for one, but I have not been able to find one that I liked. And so I wanted something in a little bit unique style. So I scoured eBay and I found this one. I paid too much for it. I should not have spent what I spent on it, but I don't care because it was the exact right thing that I needed. And I really love the character of it. Hey, Diana, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. I love the character because it's got like such good, it's got such a cool vibe to it already. And so even though we're going to cover it all up and it's not going to look anything like this, sometimes I really like knowing like what I started with was really cool too. Oh yay, I'm so glad you got your power back. That must be Nancy. I'm hoping that's Nancy. So that's what we're working with today. The funny thing is it has this sticker on it on the side that says made in Western Germany, and that's actually stuck on both sides. But after doing a little bit of homework, I don't think this is, because I think these stickers were added after the fact. I don't think this is actually a German lunchbox, because this is made by, let's see, hold on one second. It's made by Thermos, which is an American company. And on the bottom of it, it says Norwich, Connecticut, USA. Hello. Hi, Nicole. So on the bottom of it, it says Norwich. So I think somebody added the made in Germany stickers after the fact. And then whoever owned this at one point, their name must have started with the letter J, because it's got J on both sides. But I really do think it's cool. And I thought the rusty plates would be amazing with it. I'm going to turn my camera down, you guys. And hi, Lori, how are you? And I've got a Facebook user saying good afternoon. Let me see if I can figure out who that is. Sorry, let's see. Let's see. Lori Slate. Nope, that's you. I got one that says hello, Teresa, but sorry, I just don't know who that is. So maybe it's on the other group. So I am streaming through StreamYard, which means you have to give StreamYard permission for me to see your name. And you do that. Okay, that's Patricia. Hi, Patricia. You do that by going to streamyard.com/Facebook, and it will ask you a question, and all you have to do is say yes, grant StreamYard permission. All right. So you guys, this lunchbox is really old, and whoever had it before me did not bother to clean it ever. So it does need cleaning. And I'm just going to use some alcohol, mist it on there just to kind of degrease it and clean it all at once before we start loading it up with products. Theoretically, you know, like the most correct thing to do here would be to start sanding off some excess paint. I'm not going to do that. That's, I'll leave that for somebody else to do. Look how much grease and grime from years and years of sitting. You just never know sometimes. So I'm just using alcohol, you guys. I probably need to get something a little more like Fantastic or something like that. But I am also going to cover this up with bonding primer. And so I'm just cleaning it so that I make sure that when I put that bonding primer on, that my bonding primer has something to stick to. Because if I try to put bonding primer over all this dirt and buildup, it's probably not going to go so well. So, and I don't want this thing, you know, I don't want it to look brand new when I'm done. So who knows what I'm going to do. So who was it that said they baked cookies? Oh my gosh, what are, you were making cookies all day, Miriam? That is pretty awesome. My girls and I last night, we've been making, my favorite dessert of all time is peach cobbler. So last week we made a peach cobbler, and then this week we actually made a blackberry cobbler we made last night. So that turned out really, really good. That was very, very, very good, the blackberry cobbler. Okay, so who got this? You got one. Susan, you found one for $3. Where did you find it? Where did you find it for $3? I want to know. Because I have looked and looked and looked all over the place. Blackberries. Ooh, cherry. That sounds good. We were trying to think of, last night when we were making it, we were trying to think of some other things that we could make cobbler out of. I was wondering if maybe, I was kind of wondering if maybe strawberry cobbler is a thing, you guys. I don't know. Is that a thing? I haven't looked it up. I was going to look it up just to see. But let me know if you think strawberry cobbler is a thing. I don't know. So I haven't really dealt too much with cobblers in general outside of the peach. But I really do like the idea of it with the fruit and the bread and of course the sugar. So let me, what I'm trying to find right now, I have a little scraper tool because I wanted to see if I can get this little sticker off. So sometimes if you have a sticker that's a little bit stubborn, if you spray it with alcohol and let it sit for a minute, basically the alcohol sort of neutralizes the glue on old stickers, and then you can scrape it right off. So that is a tip on how to get stickers off without using like Goo Gone. You can just spray a little bit of alcohol. So I'm doing a canvas bag. I'm putting transfers on it. What do I put down first? Julie, are you going to paint the bag first? Are you doing any kind of paint on it? Fabric paint or anything? And Susan, yes, absolutely. You are more than welcome to replicate what I make. That's why I do this, is so we can give you some ideas. And if you do it the same way, that's fine. If you make it your own, that's even better. All right, so that's a trick for how to get the stickers off, you guys. I don't know if you knew that or not. All right, so let's come back over here. I'm not going to worry too much about the inside yet. The inside does need to be thoroughly cleaned. I'm definitely not going to put food inside of this. But I think I'm getting there in terms of getting ready to put some primer on here. So I have no idea what year this is from. If I had to guess, I would say probably the 50s. Hi, Amanda. How are you? I think this paper is going to be perfect with it. I'm going to do something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a two-tone situation. So I'm going to do the paper on the top, and then I'm going to do a texture product on the bottom. And yes, I know which texture product I'm going to use, but I'm not going to tell you yet. So you just have to wait. How are you doing, Amanda? Okay, it's going to be perfect. All right, yep. So I am going to put a texture product on it. It is for, if you're a retailer, it is one that I experimented with on Saturday. I do weekly lives on Saturdays, you guys, with my retailers. If you do have a business or a shop, or you sell other crafty type supplies and you want to become a retailer for Royal Court, which distributes decoupage papers and pent art products in the USA, you can go up to my link tree, and there's a link in there for the Royal Court Arts and Crafts that will take you to a retailer inquiry page. We have about 5,000 products to choose from. It's pretty crazy. We are the largest supplier of decoupage paper in the United States, and we have over 600 designs available in large format papers. All right. Okay, so they're hitting the, waiting for my niece and nephew to hit the ice. Their theater team is competing in Detroit today. Okay, awesome. Hi, Valerie. How are you? Thanks for joining. Okay, so I'm going to hit this with bonding primer. I'm going to do the whole thing in bonding primer. And you guys, so bonding primer, if you don't know what bonding primer is really cool primer from Pent Art that will stick to just about anything. You know, sometimes when you're painting on metal, glass, and other surfaces, it can be a little bit slippery, and regular paints and stuff will not stick very well. Bonding primer is your friend. And so retailers, if you're on and you have bonding primer, if you have the Andy Skinner papers, please feel free to drop your links. We want everybody to be able to find the stuff that I'm using today. All right, so let's go over here. I'm not going to worry about the inside quite yet, you guys. Its time will come, but its time is not yet. I don't know, though. I kind of like this. I kind of like that. We'll see if I end up covering that up or not, because I kind of like that yellow. Maybe we keep a little bit of the original. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it looks. If it doesn't look too silly. Hi, Robin. How are you? I was just saying, if you're a retailer and you have the Andy Skinner papers or bonding primer or any of the stuff that I'm using, feel free to drop your link. So I know you do. So please feel free to share your links. And you guys, if you're not seeing any links, it could be that the person sharing the links is not watching in the same place that you're watching. So I am on 3 different locations. I'm on Teresa Renee Art. I'm on Decoupage and Mixed Media Inspirations. And I am also on YouTube. I don't think I have anybody watching on YouTube at the moment. So could just be the location that you're watching from. All right, so this is bonding primer. And this is serving 2 purposes. This is so that my paint and or my glue will stick down, but also to give my decoupage a white surface to glue onto, because you as you know, or you should know by now, that decoupage works best when it's applied over a white surface. Hi, Tammy. Thank you guys so much for joining. So I also like this little box here is also like there's some corrugation in it, which is cool because it's going to have some built-in texture too. So I kind of like that. I'm really digging this whole concept. I'm probably going to repaint this handle. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to have to see, because I'm thinking like, will some of the vintage elements popping through, how would that feel? I'm not sure. So, and I'm not really worried either about like some of this chipping paint, because my products that I'm using are going to kind of seal that back down. Obviously, if this was a piece of furniture, you would certainly want to sand it all down and not cut corners. But this is not a piece of furniture. It is a decorative item that's probably not going to get much in the way of functional use. It'll be probably more for like decoration. So I'm not too worried about chipping paint underneath. Okay. All right. So I've covered up all of the previous owners' relic history here. It does make me a little sad because it was very cool. It does make me a little sad, you guys, I have to admit. Hi, Angela. Well, great. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for watching. We go live every Tuesday and Thursday. We do mixed media, crafty mixed media, mostly with a decoupage focus. So if you haven't met me before, I'm Teresa. I'm the owner of Decoupage Queen. And so I try to keep my personal arts and crafts kind of separate when I can, but I always manage to sneak a little Decoupage Queen in here, because why not, right? All right. So it's like, you know, when you're the owner of a business like that, sometimes finding your own identity, you know, kind of separate from the business can be a little bit of a struggle. And as I've, you know, we're going on year number 3 with Decoupage Queen, you guys, coming up in July. But the longer I do this, the more I feel like, yes, I definitely need to have my own space and my own identity. So, all right. So I'm going to hit the blow dryer. Okay, I think I'm mostly dry here. All right, so you're just getting into mixed media and decoupage. Okay, well, you're in the right place. And I don't know if you're watching on our mixed media and inspirations group or over on my art page at Teresa Renee Art, but if you are on the decoupage and mixed media group, then you are definitely in the right place because we have tons of demonstrations and awesome artists that share their work. So you will get lots and lots and lots of inspiration there. Okay, so let's see. And we do have quite a few people, Angela, who have crossed over from card making and scrapbooking. In fact, Cindy Crane, who's one of our retailers, has a pretty large shop where she focuses a lot on scrapbooking papers, but she has also started now doing some mixed media and demonstrations. Her shop is Miniature Luxuries, and she's based out of Fayetteville. We've got over in the UK, we have Mad Arches, Leanne Hill from Mad Arches, who carries our products. And she actually is a scrapbooking and card making enthusiast as well. So definitely a lot of crossover in those worlds here. So welcome. And you'll see a lot of the concepts are very similar as well. Okay, so I'm going to put this down, you guys. And what I'm going to kind of try to do is like notch out where I need to cut around my what are these things called? The closure. I'm going to try to notch that out and then cut that out and then try to kind of make some indentations where I need to be cutting, etc., before I get that paper on there. So I made the little indentations with my fingers, and now I'm just going to cut it out. And it doesn't have to be exact because paint can solve a lot of problems. You can blend just about anything with a little bit of paint. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and fold that all the way over. Let's see, does that look about right? Yes. Just come over just a touch. That looks about right. All right. And I'll cut this out here. So I'm just sort of trying to shape it a little bit to fit. And again, doesn't have to be exact. And if we mess up, we can always take a little bit of scrap and fix it. So now I need to figure out how high do I want to go, which is my next question. So if I know that I'm going to start right around here, my next notch is right up here. So I'm basically going to cut this or rip it to these notches where these bars here start, because that's going to give me the most maneuverability to maneuver around. So I'm going to go ahead and rip this out, and I'm going to save this piece to continue because we're going to just line that back up and we're going to continue with it. And that's why I'm ripping here versus tearing, because it's easier and will blend a little bit better if your surface is, or if your paper is torn, instead of cut, because it's harder to line up like a cut edge, okay? So this is like pieces of a puzzle, and you know, you have to sort of work with a section at a time. And I'm so happy because I think this is going to look so cool. Hi, Christy. So I'm like, I'm just giddy with excitement right now because I'm so happy about how that's going to look. And just wait till you see what I do at the bottom. I'm not going to tell you yet though. We're at 27 minutes already, you guys. So I also try to keep my Tuesday and Thursdays under an hour. So generally it's going to take me like all week to do one project, but oh, that's what keeps them coming back because they see it started and then you got to know how it ends up, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just start putting my decoupage glue on, and I'm going to do this a section at a time so that I do not get any wrinkles or problems. So I do this little section here and come up to there. Okay, so I'm going to put that down. Hopefully you guys can see okay. I can probably go ahead and clip that shut. And then maybe I can stick something under it to prop it up a little bit. There we go. Is that a little bit better angle-wise? All right, so that's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and peel this up. And this is what I mean by a section at a time. So I'm going to lay one corner down, and then I'm going to continue. And in fact, now that I have that corner, I can go ahead and put the rest of my glue on because I know it's going to stay in place because I've already secured the one edge. So that's a little trick so that you don't have to, like sometimes when you paint the whole thing with glue and then you come back over it to line it up, it sticks wherever you first lay it down, which might not be lined up the way you want it. So this is a trick to make sure that you keep it lined up the way you want it. Okay. We're probably going to put some funky molds on here too. I don't know which ones yet. I have some picked out. I do like that original yellow popping through. I think that's really cool. So I'm glad I left that alone. And then I'm going to go ahead now. And thank you, Angela. This is called, so I don't know if you've ever heard of Andy Skinner. He's from the United Kingdom, and he does quite a bit with creative expressions. But he actually has all of his rice paper now is with Decoupage Queen. So this is his summer 2023, part of his summer 2023 collection with Decoupage Queen. And this one is called, what is it called, you guys? Oops. It's called Vintage Plates by Andy Skinner. And I have been dying to use it. So this is the perfect piece to use it on, I think. Okay, so let's see. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to hit that with a dryer and then I'll continue. too. I wasn't going to. Did you see I painted it and then I wiped it up real quickly because I was like, oh no, wait, I think I want that. So I saved it, but and I'm so glad. I think it looks so cool. And I'm going to do the same with the green down here. And now that I see this red handle, I don't know. I'm thinking I might have to save some of the red handle too. I don't know. So yeah, I'm glad too. All right. So I'm going to now come up and I'm going to continue this one to here. Okay. And then to here. So let's tear that off. Let's tear this off down here. So this part I'm going to have to kind of do a little bit of a section at a time too. Like to get it to go. But you guys don't mind. We've got time. All right, so there we go. And then I'll just continue there. Okay. So we're going to have to kind of piece this one around as we go, which is no big deal. I think so too. I think so too. It really was a cool, like I really could have left it alone and it would have been a really cool piece, but that's all right. Sometimes it's hard to find stuff with the right overall sass and character, you know, that's going to work exactly right for what you want to do. So I don't have any regrets. No regrets whatsoever. Okay, so now this one, I don't need that part. Do I need, so basically what I need now, I'm going to cut a little notch here. Let's see how that works out. And then I'm going to cut, let's do a little bit more. There's that. And then this one's going to go right up to there as well. All right, I'm actually going to just go ahead and tear this piece down. Watch them. Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. Well, best of luck to them. I hope they crush it. How fun. All right. So, all right, there we go. Let's see if that's going to fit. And it looks like that's going to work out just fine. We might need to come over just a touch here, in which case I need to cut a little bit more here. Okay, so I think I'm good to start laying down my glue up here. Okay. So, ooh, I got lots of glue there. I'm on my last, I have 4 bottles of almost empty decoupage glue that I'm trying to use up, you guys. So they're all in various stages of partial emptiness. Okay. All right. So there we go. So see how that torn edge now is just kind of melding with the other torn edge. And if there is any bit of white or whatever that starts to show through, you can just come up with some paint and touch that up. So that's kind of what I meant by tearing the edges when you're sort of fusing pieces together versus cutting them. And that's a good demonstration as to why. It's just a lot more forgiving. All right, now let's see what we have here. So here, basically that piece, I'm going to notch out right there. Okay, and we will take this little bottom one off as well. And I don't have quite enough paper to go all the way to the bottom of this, but that's okay because this pattern is such that it's gonna, you're not even gonna be able to tell that I started over with it. I know. It goes pretty fast. I should ask them about getting us, because this is the one I like. Is this the one you like, Valerie, the matte? I should ask them about getting us bigger sizes in the matte. I feel like I need a bigger size. Okay, so here we go. Now that's looking really cool. And then this one back here, mostly dry, but I tell you what, I'm going to put something down just so it doesn't stick to my surface back here. And then I'm going to deal with this section right here. So I need a fresh sheet, no problemo. Yep, it's a little challenging sometimes to keep that one in stock. All right, so I feel like I can just literally now start over, which is what I'm going to do. And he's lined up this pattern pretty well, so I want to kind of keep it tiled the way he designed it. So I'm just kind of starting over. So you could definitely turn this paper into a repeating by doing what I'm doing here, just repeating. Okay. And you could even do that on all four sides. Just trim this side and trim this side and just use those middle intact squares to repeat as you need. Now, I don't know if you're not familiar with our papers. We do carry 5 sizes. We have all the way from A4, which is the size that I'm using right now, which is the equivalent of like a copy, like a piece of copy paper. And we go all the way to A0. If you're not following Valerie, Mariposa Creations by Valerie, go ahead and give her a quick follow, because she just did a project with Sandrina in A0, which is to die for, you guys. Oh my gosh, it is to die for. And you are definitely going to want to see that. But A0 is about 33 inches by 44 inches. You can fit 4 small humans behind it. It is the largest rice paper currently on the market. And there's only 2 companies that have it, ourselves and Paper Designs out of Italy, who are phenomenal rice paper suppliers as well. And we are distributors for Paper Designs. All right, so here we go. Let's keep trimming. And we're gonna get this on here. We'll go ahead and do the same thing we did before. And we will just get that edge down. And go ahead and peel that back. And get that on there. Okay. Yeah, okay, so big. Okay, we've got the request in for bigger sizes of mat. I heard and noted. So I will email my friends in Hungary tomorrow, and we will see what they can do for us, guys. Let's see what we can get our hands on. Okay, so see how that lines up just beautifully. And very, very cool. Okay, so that's the decoupage that I'm going to do for now. I am going to come in. I am going to do this side, and I am going to do this side. But I wanted to show you and at least get this started, the product that I'm going to do on the bottom, you guys. So let me show you. On Saturday, I did this demonstration in the retailers group of medium decoupage glue. Do you put it on top of your paper? Yes, Amanda, yes, you do. You put it on the bottom of the paper, and then you press it down firmly, and then yes, you put it on the top, and then you once it's fully dry, 24 hours, you heat set it for at least 3 minutes. Okay, so on Saturday, you guys, I did a demo with my retailers. I made this tag, and this product here is transparent crackle, which I haven't used on a live here before. And as soon as I saw it and I held it next to this Andy Skinner paper, I thought it would just be amazing on this bottom part. And so the question I've been asking myself, because this is, okay, so this is transparent, right? This is a transparent crackle. And so basically whatever color I paint down here is going to be the base color that shows through. And then I highlight it and age it back with brown or black wax. So I kind of like it just like this, but I had also thought about maybe painting it like a kind of a smoky blue. But I kind of like it just like this. So this is silver paint. I think I use silver paint. I'm going to roll with it, you guys. So I'm going to paint it with that same silver paint. And then we're going to put our crackle layer on. So the paint that I use first here, believe it or not, which paint did I use first? Was it Rococo? I don't think it was Rococo. Rococo looks too light. I don't remember which paint I used first. Was it Rococo? Let's see. It might have been Rococo. It's going to be hard to tell because now it's like darkened. So the other thing I could do is this one, which is like a country blue, and by the time we grungify that, it's going to be really cool. So I don't know. You guys tell me if we want to do silver, or do we want to do this blue color? I just don't remember which silver I used. See, it would be good for me to write down this stuff when I do my samples, wouldn't it? I'm trying to find another silver that I have, but I think it must have been Rococo. Julie votes blue. I think the blue would be kind of cool. What do you guys think? Any other votes? Any other opinions out there, you guys? Blue, we saw the blue. Okay, Cindy says go darker. I think I'm going to do the blue because when I age this with my brown or black wax, it's going to look pretty dark. I know I love metallics too, but I am going to also, I'm going to probably come back in with some bronze metallic wax and do some highlights because that's just how I roll. So there will be some metallics for sure. Let's do blue, you guys. I think that's okay. Because this is kind of a vintagey piece, let's do the blue. Glamour of the platinum. Okay, yeah, I think you're right. Now that you mention it, I think you're right. All right, but we're rolling with blue. I'm cool. I'm cool with this one. And again, I will definitely take some metallics to it for sure. So we'll have all kinds of texture and stuff. All right, so I'm going to do 2 coats, and then I want to go ahead and get the crackle product on here before we end today, you guys. I'm not going to go all the way up with that. I got to figure out how to fix that because I don't want to get any crackle product up where it closes. Let's see. I'm going to do the bottom too, but I'll do that last. And I kind of like the contrast of this blue with the orangey colors. But of course, by the time we're done with this particular blue is going to look, it will be a lot more grungy, okay? So. Let's see here. I'm going to leave that green alone. Yeah, I think it was platinum now that Tammy said that. Which would be, obviously, it would be an excellent choice. But I was thinking the blue might be kind of cool too. So, all right. So let me hit that with a dryer real fast. I'm going to do one more coat. Okay, so for the record, you guys, this is called Country Blue. This is one of our matte acrylic paints, just in case, for those of you watching replay, or if I forget again what color I used, we will save that here for prosperity. It is Country Blue. And again, I will come back and I'll touch that up. I'll go all the way to the top and make it look nice. But for now, I really just want to get this crackle on here so I can get that activating before we leave. I want to show you that technique because I want to come back on Thursday and finish it. And I don't like this particular crackle doesn't do all that well with air drying. So I want it to dry naturally and show you how beautiful it is when we come back on Thursday. So that's why I'm trying to get, I'm just trying to get this bottom part covered where I'm going to crackle before we leave today. And I have a little bit of extra time. So you guys have a little bit of extra time. You can hang out with me a little bit longer today, a little bit more than an hour, maybe 15 minutes more. Hope that's all right. I'm not going to impede on your schedules too badly. I usually do try to keep it right at an hour because I know your time is valuable and I'm probably not the only artist you're going to watch tonight. And I try to be respectful of other people's time slots too. And sort of stay in my own lane here, you know? All right, so let me get that on and then I'm going to dry this one more time. Okay, good. Awesome. Great. Okay, so I think we're pretty dry there, you guys. So our crackle medium that we're going to be using today. We're going to be using cracking gel transparent. This is a two-part system. Most of our cracking products are a two-part system. This is part 1 and this is part 2. So part 1 needs to go on first with a dry brush. And we need to get that on there. So let's get that on there with a dry brush. And let me make sure I have a dry brush. Do I? Yes, I do. There it is. Okay, so part 1's going to go on. It doesn't have to be a super thick coat. We're going to go on and we're going to make sure it's nice and covered over our paint. And this is, it is a chemical reaction that will occur once we get step 2 on there. So again, this is a two-part crackling system. It is a water-based product and it will dry clear. So part 1 has to go on completely covered with a dry brush, and then it has to be completely dry, and then we will put part 2 on it. And both parts will dry clear. So I think I will say this is the best clear texture crackle on the market. We definitely have other crackle products, but the cracks are a lot more specific. This is going to give you a large, chunky, raised crackle with deep cracks. It's like a transparent paste. It's like a gel. And again, you know, it's ideal. The ideal situation would be to get this on here, let part 1 dry naturally on its own. We are not going to do that. We're going to force it dry. But if you're at home and you have the time, you should let it dry on its own. So let me know in the comments if you've used the cracking gel, the transparent cracking gel. Let me know if you've used it. I'm just curious. Or is this the first time you're seeing it? No, okay. Well, everybody's been oohing and ahhing over the fine line, so I figured I would show you something a little different. And this one is not as finicky as the fine line. This one, as long as you follow the steps, you should have good results every time. Component 1 is universal. I should mention the ideal situation would have been to seal my paint first before I put step 1 on. But again, in the interest of time, I have skipped that step. I'm also putting a good bit of distance between my hair dryer and the piece because it can burn. You can easily burn your products if you hold the dryer too close. So I'm kind of rotating sides as I'm drying because I don't want any one side to get too hot. You can very easily scorch and overheat your products. So it's good to take a break or rotate or whatever. It does need to be clear or mostly clear. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, because this side is ready, it is mostly clear. Ideally, it would be a little bit more dry. You know, again, it would have been air dried, blah, 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 all the good stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and show you on this side only what this looks like. Diana, which one am I out of stock on that you're wanting? Because I thought I had this in stock, but if I don't, then yes, I will definitely be ordering more. Okay, so step 2 is going to be a gel like this, okay? It's not clear in the bottle, but it does dry clear. So with that said, on the step 2s, you can actually mix pigment powders into the step 2s. You can mix like transparent pigments. You can color the step 2. I'm not going to color my step 2. And you want to kind of apply it with a palette knife, like so. Okay, all right, well, I apologize because I thought I did. I will check the status for you. All right, so I'm applying it with a palette knife, and we will get that on there, a nice layer. It doesn't have to be super thick because basically what's going to happen is the thicker you put it on, the wider the crack network will be. And I don't want it super thick, but I also don't want it super thin. I want it kind of in the middle. All right. And it is going to create clear, transparent cracks. As soon as this product starts to dry, it will start to crackle. Hello, Lynn. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. And I am not going to air dry this, you guys. I'm going to let it sit here and do its thing. And then you're going to have to wait until Thursday to see what it looks like. And then we'll come back on Thursday and we will put all of the finishing touches on, you guys. Awesome, awesome. So I was just telling them that you can color. This is the transparent crackle medium, Lynn, and I was just telling them that you can color this, and I was actually thinking about you when I said that, because I know you did this over an oil or a piece to make it look like an oil painting, and I can't remember, but you added a little bit of brown in it. I can't remember what you used. Was it the antiquing gel to add a little bit of brown to make it look a little bit aged before you got it on here? And I'm going to basically do the same thing with the umber paste after the fact. But Lynn did one with where she added a little bit of, okay, good. She added a little bit of antiquing gel, brown antiquing gel into the step 2 part to color it before she applied it, which gave it a really cool effect as well. And she did, it was the Thayer Angel piece, I believe, that she did with this product. So that's all I'm going to do tonight, you guys. Off camera, I will continue the other sides, but this is how I'm applying the step 2 so that I get some nice textury cracks. Awesome, awesome. Oh, that's going to be so cool. So on Thursday, we'll come back. I will have done all 4 sides by then. And then we will come back and we will age our cracks. We will probably add a mold, maybe 2 somewhere, just to give it a little bit more character. And then we'll do whatever touch up and wax we need to do. And then we'll be done, you guys. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you again on Thursday. You can use pigment powders. You can use, I know exactly. You can use pigment powders. You can use transparent pigments, which is like a liquid pigment. You could use, let's see, I'm trying to think what else. Mica powders you could use. Really, the sky's the limit, quite honestly. So, in fact, the other day ago, I actually used metal powders, and I made like a beautiful gold crackle from it with our new metallic powders. Okay, we'll see you on Thursday, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again on Thursday. And until then, have a great evening. Excuse me, and enjoy your week. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.